Alright guys, that's not the right button. There we go. Hello and welcome back to the North American Challenger Cup Week 4. We are all the way through to the finals already. It's going to be Legion facing off against fan favorite Team Eager. First seed up against second seed again this weekend. Team Eager could take first place overall if they take first place this week.
They can. This is the one week that Eager can finally do it. After their first week shenanigans that cost them getting themselves points, they can now try and take back the title with their third week in a row of winning if they can do it. But it's Legion versus Eager again. This week, though, Legion do not have DJ Pernicus in the jungle. They're going to be having Wiggles this time round. And with the picks and bans coming through, you can see Bacchosaurus are kept underway by Legion. And across the way, it's Sylvanus and Bastet.
And with those bans, that did leave Thor open for the first insta-lock by Team Legion. Not too much surprise there. We'll see how Wiggles does on it. Wiggles back in the quarterfinal match we watched from those guys. He made a pretty good showing, so it seemed like he's played with those guys before, and it worked out pretty well. Back on the other side to answer back as well, locking themselves in both Geb and Hunbatz, the support and jungler, already picked up for Team Eager as well.
Yep, Hunbatz and Geb picked up once again. I mean, it's interesting to see a rogue go for this Geb when he's got such a really good god pull. I mean, they banned out Sylvanus themselves. They don't want to go against it. And I feel Aurora, from what we saw last week, he's not as comfortable on Athena as he is on some of the other gods. I think Athena was the only time we saw him last week where he got a little bit caught out of position once or twice. Not necessarily caught out of position, but he ate the iron. He paid the iron price most of the time for everything he tried to do. So I guess that's why he's trying to steer clear of that one. Isis and Athena, though, locked in for Legion.
Yeah, that's going to be mid lane for Adoro. We saw it last game. We watched them. It worked out pretty darn well. Going to be playing that one again. Athena, of course, well, is Athena. More likely not going to be a support role, but playing by these guys. Will work out reasonable. But back on the other side, Agni getting locked in for last. As you mentioned last game, how Agni was just being used to explosive potential by last week. We're going to be seeing that one again.
Yeah, I think we saw the same matchup as well last week. I'm not sure if it was Adoro who played Isis up against Lassis last week, but it was Agni versus Isis. Lassis played Agni and had a great game there overall. He put out a lot of damage and kept himself pretty much safe, even though he got ganked for the most part. Panda Cat, though, I'm sorry, we're just looking through the picks and bans very quickly as they're going through because I just saw what Panda Cat hovered and I'm like, really? Is he going to go for this again? Very excited if he does go for it this time around, though. Because Cupid was banned away and Xbalanque was instantly picked up by Eager. I love that call there, especially with the Anher ban already coming through. But Legion have picked up AMC.
That is for sure. We saw him doing that earlier as well. Amazon Cobb is a hyper carry once he gets going. His hives offer one of the better attack speed steroids in the game as long as he's nearby them. It's 50% once it's maxed out, which is a lot. It could work out pretty well, but he has to worry about his positioning very much throughout this game. Hades is getting looked at by Team Eager right now.
Wow. Hades being locked in as well. I like the Hades pickup for one reason, because against the Muzen Cobb, what the hell is he going to do to get out of that ultimate? What is he going to do? The way you shut down a Muzen Cobb is make sure he can't escape. CC him down. He has no mobility. So keep him pinned in place, and then you're going to have a bad time, especially when Agni's going to rain bombs down on your head and Hunbatz is going to fear no evil with you. The lane matchup against Hercules, for the most part, Hades will have the push power in that lane as well. Well played, very, very good at Hercules, as we saw the previous game before in the quarterfinals. But Toli's Hades is something that's started to come out. People starting to realize how strong Hades is at the moment. He's got great wave play. It's the late game where he really starts to struggle in terms of like damage potential and obviously trying to get in there and be amongst the fight. So we'll see how this one plays out. Overall, I like both teams on paper. They've both got risks and they've both got a lot of rewards available to them.
Definitely. One thing I'll be curious how well Anatoly on Hades now has kind of scaled himself back a little bit. He's probably going to be building a little bit more mage focus. He may pick up some of those quote-unquote hybrid defense items like void stones, things like that. Get a little bit extra tankiness, but also still going mainly for damage. One problem some people do have is going from like that tanky, I'm going to be in your face constantly chalk type build gods and players to a more squishy mage. Some people tend to have some issue with it. Anatoly, I believe, last week did play Chang'an. I believe, if I recall correctly, did fairly well on. So I'm assuming it's not going to be too much of an issue for him to kind of transition from that tanky warrior to the mage. Assuming he doesn't have issues with that, that should be a bit of a wash matchup, as we are fairly used to seeing these days in that solo lane. But you know, Hades as well, he probably won't be building quite as tanky as, say, a Chalk would be. He'll also have to get in the middle of that minion wave to actually clear and heal up using his Devour Souls, so that'll be a little window of opportunity for well played to set up an Earthbreaker Driving Strike combo and look for some aggression early on.
Well, he can look for aggression early on, but he's still going to deal with the ridiculous wave clear Hades has at level 2. He's going to be pushed into the tower consistently, and if he wants to clear the wave, he's going to have to use his Earthbreaker Driving Strike combo more often than not to clear the wave, just to make sure he can stay in contention. Otherwise, sit under his tower and watch Hades laugh at him, and then rotate around the map freely to try and gank that mid lane Isis, which is a potential for him. But there's your teams on paper, guys. We're going to see Legion versus Eager in the finals one more week in a row, it seems. Can Eager take #1 spot in NA Challenger scene, or a Legion having no more of these shenanigans? Find out after this short break of Game 1 of Eager versus Legion.
Alright, hello and welcome back everyone. It is Legion versus Team Eager facing off in this first game of this best of 3 finals of the North American Challenger Cup, week number 3. Legion already looking to put a whole lot of pressure onto Team Eager with this deep invade on the left hand side of the jungle, Hindu, but Eager spotted it out and were able to retreat back to the kind of stay a little bit further back and stay safe early on.
Yeah, stay safe very, very early on. Just put down an early ward, see if they can find a pick. Didn't find one. Interesting thing from Anatoly was done then as well at the start. He went out with just a ward, placed it on this right-hand side, then returned to base and bought his items after that. Got Tiny Trinket online, and then 1 health potion, 1 mana potion, just so he can try and use the full amount of his gold. He doesn't feel like he's going to need more than 1 of each. Meanwhile, on the right-hand side, well played, and Wiggles are now over here looking for a little bit of an opportunity to go aggressive. But Tolly's well aware of that right now. Going to zone them out. Minions spawn in about 15 seconds time here. And they do have double hog. They've seen that Hades only has hog 1. There could be a potential invade here. So I can see why Dertic is here. They may just go for the blue buff or have to deal with the invade. Here we go.
The level 1 off of Legion could be a lot better depending on what exactly they put these first points in. They're going for this mana buff Steelway. Anatoly not having that's going to mean his early game laning phase is going to be very, very rough. There's a Hand of the Gods coming down. His mana buff is now gone. They can potentially look for that counter invade in a little bit, but without that buff, he doesn't have the luxury of a blue sun pendant because he is a Guardian. That does mean, as good as his wave clear might be, we're talking about picks and bans, he now has a very large mana deficit he's going to be contending with here in just a little bit.
He's got an issue. The one thing is Dertic got solo experience in the speed buff, so he's still equal experience with Wiggles on this Thor, which is very, very important. Going into hitting the level 2 stages, it means Hades is going to play a little bit safer, make sure he doesn't get hit by Driving Strike, because he actually did take Devour Souls, because if he gets hit by the Earthquake, he's probably dead here, only being level 1 for at least another 3 creeps, I suspect. And Dertic obviously level 2 now.
And taking a look at the rest of the map, it looks like actually Lass is backing off a little bit there. He soloed the back left Harpy camp, getting that on his own because the soul lane are kind of occupied, or the jungler are occupied over in the soul lane right now. So he's going to lose a little bit of gold to that to the tower from the minions, but it kind of got counteracted by the fact that he picked up the Harpies. Wave clearing the soul lane right now with Derek finally making his rotation out of this one. Well played, going to be kind of left 1v1 versus Anatoly here in just a moment. I mean, well played, can wait a little bit for that mana buff to actually wear off before he takes that his own mana buff. So, again, he's going to have that Hand of the Gods, so Anatoly really can't even look to steal it away from him when he goes to take it.
If you notice, Tolly's playing this very, very well. He's positioned himself correctly, and he's actually not wasting much mana. He's using his auto attacks for the most part. Look how much poke he's put down to well played, just with basic autos for the most part as well. Rotation coming out from Dertic, though, hard to the left-hand side, trying to put pressure onto Duo. They recognize it immediately and back away, as they weren't sure where he was going to be. Speed buff now being started up here by Wiggles, who's already level 3. Will hit 4 off this mid lane, though. A lot of aggression on Aduro. He's not going to go down here, but he ate a lot of poke.
He did. That stun combo coming from Lassus, using that Flame Wave to find the stun. Adora's going to have to play very, very safe for the moment. This is also going to give an opportunity for Team Eager. You see them immediately rushing towards those back Harpies. They want to invade and take as much away as they possibly can. Over to Dueling, a bit of back and forth. Zatman's kind of low. Pain to Vion is a little bit low as well. And here is that second mana buff going in the hands of Hercules right now. And totally, like you said, he's holding on well, using those auto attacks. His mana bar is still sitting about halfway. But he's actually, he's playing it quite well. I was expecting him to actually be a little bit further behind than he is right now.
No, he's played it correctly. I mean, he just played safe, auto attack down the minions. Don't forget Vampiric Shroud. When you do kill an enemy minion, you restore 10 health and 10 mana. So just abusing that from the passive of the Vampiric Shroud to keep himself in. People underestimate the damage from auto attacks. Well, Hades this time around is abusing that for now. And then now he can go in full wave clear once again, heal himself back up from any poke he takes. Mid camp's due to spawn. Left down one's being contested. Last is over the wall. I go for a bomb.
Yep, and it looks like both those will go to the side of Team Eager, but right now Aurora in trouble. Cataclysm coming out. Stupid slow-mo, go away, please, and thank you. Cataclysm finally wearing off As Aurora throws that stone shield on himself, he's going to get by the Spirit Ball. Can Adoro secure this kill? It's gone to the Wing Gust, not going to find it. Fight goes on.
Oh my god, that's a
gets the first blood. Aurora just barely able to survive that one, coming out the backside alive. Wingless now in spot trouble. Shockwave for a little bit of a knockup. Dare to kill with those auto attacks, trying to put down the pain, but the overhead smash, can they secure the kill? They kind of scatter on the damage. Flame Wave not going to connect. Lassus not going to find that kill. Pain to Beyond preemptive striking out of that one. They gave up first blood, and they were looking for the kill, but they just could not find the answer back on that one.
Aurora should have been dead then, but Dare to Care made such a big impact with that Fear No Evil, managing to save his support in a very, very terrible predicament that he found himself in there, and he gave Eager first blood. Mid camps though did split on that left hand camp. The right ones did go in favour of Eager, I believe, so that's where you can see the experience lead of 1250 plus 700 gold lead because of that first blood. And once again, Eager find themselves with a small early lead this time. It's not snowballed as hot as last game just yet.
Yeah, for sure. Back's coming out in this mid lane. That thing's kind of neutral at the moment. First blood in hand does give Lassus a little bit of an extra advantage in this mid lane. Choosing Magic completed. Adoro's going for that Doom Orb route. He's going to be keeping up just keep even on as far as magical power is concerned. He's going to be lacking a little bit of mobility, but he does get some additional movement speed and loses that back pedal penalty with the Wing Gust. So it's kind of like an even trade on mobility as far as that's concerned. It's
Doom Orb is a very good item, but then if you lose stacks on it, it's going to give you less power, and eventually you do trade out for Book of Tough in the later stages anyway. The problem is, it does put a sign on your back, and against an Agni. Agni versus Isis in the early game is a 50-50 one in Isis's favour mainly, but then again, when it gets to the mid stages, Agni can cause you a whole lot of issues with combustion. Just be able to CC you up when you go for Wing Gusts, and then follow you up with a lot of damage. Not combustion, Noxus Fumes. You know what I meant.
Yeah. As Eager make a little trip through the Legion side of the jungle, realize that unfortunately there is no buff available to be stolen away. We see Dare to Care waiting in the wings, looking for an opportunity to go in on well played here.
Trying to force driving.
Yeah, as long as that's up, they really can't look to lock him down all that much. He can drive him straight out of the Pillar of Agony from Anatoly. So really no opportunity to find a kill into well played. They're going to go back, clear up their own side of the jungle. Anatoly might get his first mana buff of the game here. Nobody nearby to steal this one. I'm sure he is going to be glad to not have to be relying on auto attacks quite so heavily going forward now that Hercules has his wave clear online.
Couple of issues for Zapman right now, a little bit behind in terms of stacking against Pandacat. Pandacat doing a good job of freezing this wave at the moment, trying to deny as many creeps as possible before Zap can get back. He's only going to be like 5 stacks at the moment, but that can become insurmountable if things do go wrong for him. Pandacat with that amazing wave clear. It is an engage on the left again with the Tonk coming out, instant shield from Aurora. Disengage happens, wave gets cleared, and now Zap can free farm again. Mid-hop is up though in about 20 seconds time, but looks like Wiggles wants to try and make something happen left.
Yeah, he was waiting nearby that kind of standard Thor spot. He's going up in the air. They're looking for this. They heard a roar immediately turning back around. They found a taunt down on Zapman. Rising Jaguar not coming out as of yet. Taunt down, not going to buy enough time. Wiggles the bag, gets first kill on the board for Legion. They got that gank onto Zapman successfully. This does free up Legion right now as well. Mid lane, right side. Hercules taking those right side Harpies under contention. Dare to Care dropping that hand of gods, but Lassus gets the kill onto Adoro. Circle protection wasn't able to be popped for the heal in time, and it would have been close. As low as health as Adoro was, might not have been enough of a heal anyway, as short as he would have had to pop it.
They do lose both mid-harpies though. Lassus playing again well in mid lane. Wiggles is in trouble there, has to jump to his hammer to get out. But Lassus realised the aggression came out on the left-hand side from the jungler. There was no pressure from anybody else that he had to deal with. He knew he could 1v1 the Isis and brings down the kill to give his team the lead, in terms of kills at least for the time being. Experience though, still in their favour.
Without a doubt. But right now, Team Eager are taking this opportunity to steal away the jungle buffs of Team Legion. Hercules on a mana buff, he'll be okay. He has the Blue Stone Pen to kind of help him out. He has that the Emerald Talisman one as well. That's more mana for 5, more regen. It'll help a lot up against Hades, who is doing magical damage. But it's a little bit less cooldown reduction, which, you know, not a whole lot admittedly, but every little bit helps. But more importantly, Thor not having a speed buff, he's going to be a little bit slower getting around the map, even though he can initiate from a decent bit away at the Anvil of Dawn.
Yep, engagement in mid lane on Lassus. They're trying to pick him up with the taunt as well. The silence was huge coming out from Adoro, but the stun was even bigger from Lassus. Access denied to that kill for all 3 members. Just got stunned by that one combustion.
Yep.
Oh, Noxious Fumes. I say it every time now.
Yeah. It's one of those things. It makes things go on fire. It's like they kind of just linger there on the floor, and then you pop something in, they combust very rapidly and explode. I mean, that's kind of what happens. I mean, yeah, but that said, Unfortunately, whoever decided that name was wrong. And alas, we have to go with what it says in the game,
Gank left-hand side coming out onto Panda Cat. Here's the rollout, comes from a Raw. The blinking Cataclysm. The full damage of Care comes raining down with that overhand smash too. Fear No Evil was not even required then. And they might try and look for a Gold Fury here as well. They've got a Sentry Ward down already. They've only got 3 gods to deal with on this side of the map right now. They're trying to pick up and zone out Wiggles to go for this. And we'll see if they can feel like they can do it, because Wiggles does have ultimate available.
The biggest problem with this, right now, Aurora does not have Wrath of the Gods, and Pain Deviant does. If they tried to force this fight, all Pain Deviant has to do is preemptive strike in, pop the Wrath of the Gods, boom, we got the Gold Fury for free. They can look to bait the fight, but it's like, yeah, I'm not going in until you get them down low, and I'm just going to steal it away from you. So Eager really didn't have the opportunity to go in on that one. They're grouping a little bit in the mid lane. They want to look for a pick, and Velasquez can find a Rain Firebomb. They could look to set that up. Fear No Evil is available, a kind of follow-up crowd control, as the Cataclysm will be up in a couple seconds as well. You see Adoro playing very, very passively, just going to say, I don't want to get too close to these guys. I'm just going to go ahead and take these back Harpies, wait for the means to actually reach the tower, and then we can look to kind of, start the farm up in the mid lane a little bit more.
Well, Lassie's going to rotate round here. Going to see if we can get the red over the wall. Going to find out it's not even available now. It looks like Liga really want to do the Gold Fury right now. They've got a position to try and do something. Nice bomb onto Wiggles again. Hammer's on cooldown here. But they can't find a Gold Fury just yet, as Panda Cat is back here. Isis is cleared out mid lane. Eager Roman is a pack looking for a pick at the moment.
Yeah, I don't know. Supporters kind of going to be slapping themselves back and forth a little bit, as that man's looking for that attack sweep up on the left-hand side. Realize there's 3 guys over there. I might not want to go in for that steal attempt. Mid-Harpies are about to spawn. Eager in position for both sides right now. See Aurora kind of waiting, zoning out off the left side Harpies. They might look for the fight. Stun, not going to find Pain Deviant, but the Cataclysm will.
The Cataclysm will, and there's a Fear No Evil as well. Pain Deviant is going to get evaporated. Thor's in the sky though. Where's he going to dunk down?
He's looking for Lassus. Going to immediately use that hammer to teleport on back out of that fight. Left side Harpies are going to end up going to Team Eager. They found a kill as well. This is an opportunity for those guys. They could look to do the Gold Fury now with Pain Deviant being dead. There's no Wrath of the Gods on the table, and that's exactly what they're doing. Pentacat's waiting around the corner, could look for a swarm across these guys, but health bars are fairly full.
Well, Toli coming round here is really big for them. There's the Defender of Olympus coming down to Panda Cat, but there's the ultimate from Toli, which is going to destroy them both as they come in here. Wiggles comes in, though, with that Berserker Barrage, which gets him a double, followed by the triple. You don't group up against the Thor at this stage of the game with that passive. Well played. Wanders over in that Diamond Hercules, and Gold Fury is going to go to Legion now.
The Wombo combo coming in, they have no way for most of these guys. Like you said, Panda Cat especially cannot get out of that Pillar of Agni from Hades, and when that was popped, that was just like, oh, thank you, Anatoly. Berserker Barrage, and 2 seconds later, health bars are just getting shredded across the board. They got the Gold Fury, they got 4 kills, and only gave up their 80 carry in the process. That's a pretty big victory going the way of Legion on that, or excuse me, going the way of Team Eager on that one.
Well, you were right with Legion. It was a big fight for Legion. They got the Gold Fury as well as the experienced lead. It started off so well with Eager. Honestly, Toli's rotation in was huge for them. They managed to pick up Panda Cat very, very quickly with that Pillar of Agony. But then when Wiggles came in there with that Berserker Barrage, take into account the gods around him in the passive, he just span on all their faces, destroyed them in seconds, and that just gave him the Gold Fury. So Legion back in this one with a very small lead.
Yeah, indeed. Things are evening out again. It's pretty similar to what we saw. Actually, not very similar to what we saw last week between these 2 teams. It was kind of going back and forth. Pain Deviant heading over to that left side. Panda Cat was in spot trouble, going to force that Defender of Olympus to be dropped down. Nothing really gained, nothing really lost, aside from that one ultimate cooldown, and Defender of Olympus is fairly long. Right side looking for kill onto Well Played. Pillar of Agni coming out as well as the Fear No Evil. This is about to be a dead Hercules.
Nice combo. Such a nice combo, because you can't escape if you put the Fear No Evil in the correct position. Forces you back into it, so you can't drive and strike back out of it again. Really good pickup by the boys of Eager. They're going to be able to steal away the blue buff based off that too. And they're going to retreat to the left-hand side over here. We can see Zapman taking his purple. Pain Deviant might spot this one out with Panda Cat, but they go for the steal.
Yeah, they're looking for it as the preemptive strike coming in from Pain Deviant. Wall coming down from Thor as well. Berserker Barrage looking for the damage onto Aurora. He has that sovereignty line. He's reasonably tanky right now, but Zapman going to be able to use that Rising Jaguar and escape. 4 members of Legion right now looking to counter-invade his left side of the jungle. Wingless is going up in the air. Can he find it? He's going to look for the kill on the Zapman. He finds the stun. This could be a dead Zapman, but is he going to look for this dive? There's a little bit of a fight. He's going to go for Lassus instead, but not going to find it.
Not going to find it, but they do find the purple and the red buff in the jungle as well for themselves. So they're stealing away a bit of jungle. Toli has finally rotated over here. He's going to jump in here looking for Adoro. The silence is good. Devour Souls connects. Good silence coming out from Adoro, but he's surrounded by 5 members now. And Circle of Protection is not going to save you that time. Now, good taunt from Pain Deviant. Can they find Zap? They can.
They're looking for Wingless, gonna, no, just a little bit of a hop out of teleport, but Derek using that somersault to secure that kill. Pain trying to back behind the wall. Will it channel in time? Yes, he will make it out of that one safely. They're still looking to chase down Panda Cat. He's full health, so he'll be alright with those extra, that little bit of hive mobility as well. Gonna buy him that time he needed. But, you know, the Gold Fury fight is a little bit of a bump in the road. They hit that speed bump a little faster than I expected to. But immediately after that, Eager turned it right back around. You know, we can look to go invade the right side of the jungle. We can look to fight and counter-invade on the left-hand side. We lost a buff or two, but we found a couple kills in response. So overall for us, you know, Eager was not thrown off track in the slightest by that little bit of a misstep at the Gold Fury a little while back. And right now, again, both mid-harpies just went to those guys.
Yep, they did get mid-harpies there as well. I think Panda Cat did manage to defend that red buff though, or maybe he didn't actually. Looks like they did steal away the red buff in response, so buffs trading backwards and forwards between the two teams right now in the enemy jungle. Lassie's been aggressive in mid lane once again. Winger's going to connect a little bit, but one path of flames and he's all out of trouble once again. Warlock Sash online for Lassis as well, already at 29 stacks, so he's doing great for himself. 5 of those kills out of the 8 that Eager have are all on Lassis, and a big Agni is what you would always love to see on your team, because the damage you can rain is huge.
There's the crack stroke combo coming down to Lassis, trying to find the kill. He's going to barely once again survive, about 150 health. Thor is up in the air, but he's going to be using that one to retreat on out of that engagement. No one really to look for to follow up on that. You know, he could have gotten that kill potentially onto Lassis, but would immediately have been locked down and killed himself, so not worth diving for that one. Over to solo lane, bit of a slap fight going on, and over to duo lane, not much going on. Zatman just farming up, Panda Cat coming back up to farm a little bit himself. But Pain Beyond's going in looking for the taunt, did find it, interrupted that Rising Jaguar.
Oh, he interrupted it, and the Stinger connected as well, so Panda Cat finds himself a kill onto Zatman. Panda Cat's AMC starting to pay off for him this game. He's already been involved in 6 assists, as has Zatman, but that's the first kill going in his favour, thanks to Pain Beyond finding that taunt just at the right time, in fairness.
Yep, I mean, one of the things to look at as well, a little bit of a lead coming out right now from Panda Cat. He has that Itchfall completed, which makes his 1v1 boxing up against Xbalanque that much more effective. He's stripping away 30 of that physical power from the Devourer's Gauntlets, giving it to himself, which makes a pretty big overall physical power differential in his favor. Not to mention levels. Cataclysm mid lane, Wiggle's able to teleport straight on back out using those beads to do so. Close call, though.
This is really important now. Yeah, it was really close, but the beads have now been forced on him as well. And if you check them out, the good news is they're rank 3, though, so it's only a 90-second cooldown. But with the Gold Fury coming up, he's not going to have those available this time round for the next Gold Fury, which is up in 15 seconds if Eager so choose to try and aggress on that. Speed buffs have just spawned, though, so both junglers will retreat over to do those quickly as possible, especially with the Gold Fury being available right now.
Yeah, they don't want to be on that side of the map for too long. They need to start showing that map presence. There's a decent bit of vision over there right now, so they're not going to get caught with their pants down and the Gold Fury getting snuck in or anything like that. But with the grouping in mid lane, Harpy's going to be respawning a little bit too. There's some opportunity. If either of these teams commits to the mid Harpies, that's an opportunity for the other team to start the Gold Fury. So it'll be interesting how they want to play this one out. But right now, you know, Gold Fury ready in hand of Legion, keeping that gold lead only to with about 1,000 for Eager right now. They're trying to sneak this one in, but they are on a ward.
Against the team that they're against here, it's not the easiest thing to try and sneak in. They know that the enemy team know this just because of the rotation from the Monkey there, Dertica, Wiggle spotted out. They're still trying to burst this one down there, but Aurora's in position, charging up that rollout. He's going to come in. The reset happens, but it doesn't hard reset anymore, so he's been pulled. But Zatman's trading with Panda Cat. He's losing this trade so far. Has to Rising Jaguar away after Stinger. He's put onto cooldown. Nice burst from Panda Cat, but maybe they can turn this one around onto Wiggles. He takes a lot of poke from Lassis.
He's trying to get up in the air. Dertica finds the kill with the overhand smash. Gold Fury once again pulled and aggressed and reset once more. That's a nice little pick going the way of Team Eager. It sets them up. There's no more Anvil of Dawn to worry about for the next 30 or so seconds. They're looking to fight over this left side Harpy camp. Aurora pops the Cataclysm, does find 3 Shockwave. Freedom will drop down, trying to find this quick burst, but they're turning the damage on immediately. Adora with those wing gusts across them, forcing back both Dertica and Aurora. The grouping for this left side Harpy, once again, Legion want to force this fight of the Gold Fury, and with the health bars as low as they are, Team Eager not really going to be able to contest this.
This could be a free Gold Fury. I mean, Aurora is very, very low. Well played. Just needs to zone out Aurora from getting in here. But the Gold Fury gets reset again. Zatman is back online a little bit healthier than he was a few moments ago. And Lassis on full health still hanging around. Totally going to get a bit of poke thanks to that. Meanwhile, the Gold Fury's still been dropping in health. 70% right now. Eager's still regrouping in the mid lane. The Gold Fury's dropping low. It's at 30. This is going to be free.
It is Dertica trying to get in range, so I'm not going to be able to do so. Looking for a little bit of damage. Now they need to look to disengage out of this fight and not get picked off in any way, shape, or form. It's well played as the last man out of that little Gold Fury pit. He's Hercules. It's really not worth trying to chase him. You're not going to kill him with people still waiting nearby. But that's the second Gold Fury of the game, going the way of Legion. And with that, they propel themselves back up in the lead by about 200-300 gold. So a big gain for them.
The important thing for Legion now in this game is to not lose this gold advantage that they got. They let it drift away again after that last Gold Fury and put Eager back in the lead. So now Eager has to keep doing that once again to get the gold lead back. They've still got the experience lead though. That's what's important in these early stages. Nobody level 20 yet, as you can expect at 17 minutes in. No one's running away with this game right now. It's still up for grabs.
Yeah, but I mean, taking a look at the graph as well, it's a little bit back and forth, but Team Eager very quickly, every time Legion finds a little bit of something, you see that gold graph and experience graph dip straight back down. A little bit of a plateau for now, but gold is sitting about even, experience is still in Team Eager's favor. And the way they've been playing this matchup right now, they're going to be looking here in just a moment or two when buffs start respawning to find more invades, find more potential picks, and then turn those eventually into a tower, because that mid lane tower right now is down to about 1/3 of its health. They're going to be able to take that down quite quickly if they find the opportunity. And mid lane Spirit Ball did miss, going to keep Lassus safe for the time being, but otherwise not much going on.
Small Gang was attempted on left from Dare to Care. They're not going to find it onto Panda Cat, though, who just bravely runs away to live to fight another day. The gold lead between the two Hunters right now, it's not as big as it may seem, even though you can see Balance Blade online for Panda Cat. The Gold Fury is making an impact, but Dare to Care is still trying to make a gank over here. He's going to go into the tower of the Fear Weaver. Beads used for... also was the defender of Olympus by Athena, so they get 2 for that. But can they turn this? There's a taunt, good shield from Aurora, disengage happens, but Lassus is here too, and a blink from Aurora goes in.
They're looking for Pain Vivian taking a lot of damage under this tower. The tower is not enough to turn these guys. Minions, Thor in the air, like you said, looking to counter engage. He's going to be able to zone these guys out. Zatman caught out, going to be burst down. This could be an opportunity for Legion to turn this around into full counter engage right now. You see Wellplayed kind of still giving chase. Here comes Ice around the side as well. If a Spirit Ball does connect, that will be the setup they're looking for. But right now, Team Eager able to outrun these guys just enough. Spirit Ball from Adora not quite going to hit. She's still chasing the monkey a little bit, but he's going to be able to somersault away in just a second, get back out safely. Bit of a group.
A really good turnaround there from Legion, honestly. The gang content with Eager was very, very good. Unfortunately, Legion was wise to the task because Amon was picked, and now they're going to have to defend the tier 1 tower for now. Meanwhile, though, in the mid lane, Legion pushing that one in 2, trying to put the pressure there. At the same time, though, I like the call from Eager, stealing away buffs across the other side of the map. They just stole away speed buff while all that happened.
Over in the left lane, Painivian taking a lot of damage. They're still low on health. They found a roar. This isn't looking good. Shockwave to buy time, the honey, the dot, all the things coming down. Painivian not going to have taunt though for another few more seconds. They can't really drop him down. Go for the minions, guaranteed far more money in the bank for Panda Cat. He's getting very far ahead right now. He's looking for that execution. It will probably be completed here in just a moment. And with that online, he is now a full item ahead of Zatman. And add in his 50% attack speed starter with that hive. He is hurting big time right now.
He will be at the moment. I mean, that's what a Muzen Cobb does. Against someone like Xbalanque, it's a lot like Cupid. Cupid and a Muzen Cobb give the same thing that causes Xbalanque issues. Cripple. The cripple stops him from being able to use the Rising Jaguar and really puts the pressure onto him. Burst damage once again is another thing that Muzen Cobb has, just like Cupid. Stop him from trying to get away, put the burst onto him, and he's causing him Zatman some issues in this lane. He's not played the lane badly. Some of the picks that have happened onto him now have just been the team initiating, not finding anything, and them trying to prioritize him on the re-engage again. He's just been picked up that way. He's only died once in a 2v1 scenario up against the Muzen Cobb, but that was a 2v1, like I said, and it's a cripple. That's what happens when you get that situation. Dead Scato going around as a Panda Cat this time round. Can they find him this time? Fatal Evil goes off. Defending Olympus is on the line. Zatman's doing good work from the backside. The dunk comes down. They're looking for Dead to the burst turn round torn onto Zatman. He's going to go down in trade, and Panda Cat gets out with his life. So does Dare for now, but in the jungle, Adoro's been caught too.
Rainfire Circuit Protection down, trying to stay alive on this one. Gonna pop that silence on Aurora as well. Wing Gust for some ability. Stun is good. Flame Wave taking away no passive online. Still available in the back. Shockwave fine from Aurora secures that kill. Jericho leaping over the wall. Boulder to follow. We'll be able to dodge out of that one. They're looking to make the retreat. Team Eager going 1-for-1 overall in that engagement and that trade. But they spent a lot to do it. Adora kind of caught out on his own. Was the only real reason they got that kill. Thor's going up. They might consider diving right here. Or
it's
maybe
going to be a bit hard to
Anatoly.
try and dive. I'm not sure they can really dive. They've got no other ultimates to really follow up with that one there. Thor's just going to come in, dunk onto the minions for the most part, and then try and push onto the mid lane if possible. But Gold Fury is spawning soon in 15 seconds.
Yeah. A big part of that, the reason Panda Cat lived throughout that as well, when in range of his hives, he's attacking at 2.3 attacks per second. He's a machine gun right now. Add to the lifesteal from the Devourer's Gauntlets, his health was just pretty... It almost looked like Hercules. His health bar was just not moving, because as fast as he's attacking, it's gain health, gain health, gain health. I got attacked, I gained health back, and like I said, Gold Fury now under contention. It has been pulled, but both teams need to be very careful. A lot of ultimates still down, Legion having none available right now.
Nope, none available for Legion at the moment. Only Pain Divions, who he can't really use from this angle. Totally trying to go in and get a pick here. Silence on to Pain Divion. Dertica blinks over the wall, but finds well played as well. Needs to watch himself. Eats a driving strike to the mush, followed by a taunt. And then disengages as well. Has to pop a health potion there. Good Earthbreaker. There's going to be no follow-up there. Aurora with the shield going to soak up some of that damage. A disengage for the moment coming out from both teams there. Couldn't find a pick. They weren't in position to. But Panda Cat, he wants some of this Gold Fury again.
He does. He's on his own, though. He has to be very, very careful of his positioning. His team can look to come back in and help him out, but right now, well played, doing good job zone out. Anatoly pulled back in. Death from below, currently off on cooldown, so not going to be able to get out, but there really was no commit to the follow-up. They want to save all their abilities and cooldowns for this inevitable Gold Fury fight here. The standoff is on, to say the least, and they might have just fucked that man.
Good. Well, they're trying to catch Zatman because Zatman was trying to come around the back to go aggressive to Pain Divion, but well played. He's around the corner as well. Driving strike does not connect. Earthbreaker does not connect. Using the shadows to his advantage, but there's a dunk from Thor that will be the death of Zatman. But Lassis is here, but he's going to eat a boulder to the face, and now Eager on the run.
They are. Anatoly getting out around the side, looking to zone out, going to catch a spear ball from Ardura, who's doing a lot more damage with the Wing Gust. It's going to be an opportunity. Legion can look to force this Gold Fury fight again. Either Team Eager come on in and join the fun, which is the case. Legion starts fighting. They get that Gold Fury for free. Well played, as well as Wiggles zoning out right now. Team Eager not going to get anywhere near this one. Legion going to be taking the third Gold Fury of the game, and right now they're holding onto that lead they found for themselves. Team Eager, though, you know, they had this map control, but every time this Gold Fury comes up, Legion just managed to find the picks they need to set themselves up to take it.
What it is they lure them in with Panda Cat tanking. If Panda Cat can solo that Gold Fury if they leave him long enough, the rest of the team could just be on zoning duty, and as soon as somebody tries to go in to contest Panda Cat, they pick them every single time. They zone them back out and force the fight into their favour. Then they reset the Gold Fury, kill off that target, re-aggress, and then once again find the Gold Fury on top of that. So that's why you can see these Gold Furies going in their favour. It's only the first time in this game, though, that the experience lead has really gone into Legion's favour. It's only just now. It's been 25 minutes in, even though the goal difference as well, if you look at that, it's only just gone really into their favour as well. So that was a big turning point and puts Legion into the lead for the first time. But I don't think this is over by a long stretch just yet. Xbalanque in the late game is very strong. A Muzen Cobb if he gets picked once or twice, but the problem is a Muzen Cobb has crit online, and Lassis is still a powerhouse in this mid lane right now at 5, 1 and 3 with a full stack Warlock Sash. Be careful with him because Lassis could go off at any moment and just destroy the enemy team.
Without a doubt, there's a lot of AoE damage coming from those rain fires. Although looking at that graph, there's one thing to note. You said those Gold Furies are what kept Legion in that game. If those had gone the way of Team Eager, that we would be looking at a 10,000 gold lead by Team Eager, and the game might even have been over right now. But those Gold Furies kept them just close enough to even that Legion are able to hang on in this game and keep things at like they are right now. They're looking for farm, Eager getting their own side of the jungle, Legion doing their own side as well. As we start moving out of from laning phase, this is long since over. We're definitely in the mid game. We're going to move into late game sooner rather than later. There's one tower down the map. Anatoly did manage to take that tier 1 outer tower in the right lane. But right now, a little bit of a grouping coming from Legion. Forced to leap out, dare to carry, forced to beads as well. As they look to group up, Legion want to start grouping and forcing these team fights as much as possible. They have the team fight advantage. Wiggles catches the tectonic shift onto Lassus. Taunt not quite going to connect due to that beads. A lot of beads were just forced out by Team Eager, though. Those aren't going to be available for a decent little while. There's still some grouping going on, but right now, a bit of a standoff. There's really nothing to take as far as the jungle is concerned. Left side of the map, meanwhile, Panda Cat doing some pressure, putting some pressure on the Zatman. We always joke, Zatman with the tactical feeding. This game, I don't know, doesn't seem to be working out too well. He's just got forced back to his tower. Panda Cat, though, is level 20 right now. He's not going to be getting any stronger just from level scaling. So he has to be aware of that and be very careful in that regard. Meanwhile, though, a little bit of rotation coming out as both supports are over in this left lane, but...
Sorry, Lassis needs to be careful here. Oh my gosh, that stun was important for him. He was going to get caught by well played there for a second with no beads available to him. He's still doing very good work in mid lane at the moment, Lassis, and he's going to be the reliant one for his team right now. They've got to keep Lassis alive, and they've got to buy Zatman time to farm. Toli is pretty much a tank in the later stages alongside Aurora, but the good news is Dertica is doing the smart thing. Split push to victory. Tier 2 tower is equal to a Gold Fury. They're going to extend the gold lead back in their favour with this one, I expect.
Almost. It's about a very small one in favor of Legion, but they're now looking to turn this into a kill into Dare to Care. They're looking to close it, and he has that somersault available in just a few more seconds.
Cataclysm onto Adoro, not going to find what he wants though. The Medjais is now down on Wiggles. The bombs are raining down. There's no more engaged there. Mid lane, Dare to Care groups over his team again. So does Way of Play come over, but so is Panda Cat. 5v5 in the mid.
We might see a full-on 5v5 team fight. Both towers are up, so this defense is available, but that tower for Legion, not very good. Double Pillar of Agni coming out, caught a lot of damage on Zadora. 3 will drop down, knocking it out. Zatman finds number 2 of the fight as they look to find even more. Dropping down the Amazon Cob Hive, taking away that almost permanent steroid. Wiggles came down with that defense from the Anvil of Dawn, but it's not looking good for us. The Hammer teleport back out. Eager going to find a tower as well on the back of that nice double pick for those guys.
A nice grouping from Eager that they got there quicker than Legion could, and Legion couldn't set themselves up for the siege that happened. Eager found the tower. They want a second tower though. Health bars are kind of low. Medjai's did just come up from Thor, the saving grace from there. But Toli is a tank here. He's going to be able to tank up the front line and just tank the tower shots. Minion wave coming in too. Watch this one, because watch Lassie, if he can get a good stun off, it's going to cause an issue. And there is Pain Devion already down before Panda Cat and Wiggles can make anything happen. Aurora's still tanking, and nobody's respawned yet on the side of Legion. This is a tier 2 tower as well.
Yep, unfortunately for Pain Devion, it was a beautiful 4-man taunt onto Eager, but there was no damage at all to follow up. Zatman, barely getting out alive. Good stone shift from Roar to keep him alive. Gold Fury is about to spawn. Zatman will be able to lifesteal off of that one, and they might just go back to base, look to regroup, and then fight it out. But they're looking to chase Anatoly down the right side. He's going to have death from below to get leap. Yep, there he is. He's free and clear from that one. Legion slowly, once again, losing their grasp on this match, but so far, every time this has happened in this game, they have found a way to bring things back to even. Can they do it again, Hindu?
I mean, they've got the potential to do it with their composition. I mean, Panda Cat is very, very strong still in this game. He didn't die during the engagement, but he's got to get his team have got to be on the front line for him. He can't just walk up and start auto-attacking, because if he stands, the only way an Muzen Cobb generally escapes a fight is to kill the person he's against. He's not going to be able to run away and get away from it. He's going to have to stand and fight. Gold Fury's been started though. Adora's the only one here, but Panda Cat's closing. Pain Devion does have Defender of Olympus available. Keep an eye on Adora. They might just jump on him, or maybe they'll just walk in with a preemptive strike taunt. Nope, Gold Fury to Eager. Nothing for Legion this time round. First Gold Fury of the game, finally in Eager's favour.
Well played, quite out mid lane as well. Tectonic coming down, actually going to catch well played behind the wall. He was trying to buy him some time, but they crisscrossed the wrong way. Animal Dawn coming down to looking for the counter. Anatoly is going to use that escape to get right out of this fight. Once again, a 5v4 power play in favor of Team Eager. They could potentially look to force us into Phoenix eventually. There's Derrica teleporting in. Fear No Evil is no longer available. They have a couple ultimates in the bag still. But right now, Legion do have the advantage in that regard. They're going to kind of back off a little bit. Health bar is kind of getting a little low on a couple guys for Team Eager. But they may have made the call for the fire. No, maybe,
I don't think they're probably going to look for a pick more than anything else. There's the pick they're going for. Blink Cackles wants Pain Devion, followed by a stun, followed by the all-in from the whole damn team. Eager, find Pain Devion. He's dead now for 45 seconds. There's no Hog 3 on the enemy team remaining, and this is the call for the Fire Giant you were talking about, Zayden. They're going to go in for it now. Can they burst it in time? Can the team defend? Panda Cat is here with crit available. Can he make something happen?
Unfortunately, no. Wrath of the Gods coming down. You only need to get it to 25%. They're going to find that. Fire Giant belt across the entire Team Eager lineup right now. They had a small lead. They had a small lead. They had a small lead. And now finally Team Eager have the first real proper lead of this matchup. Looking to Gold Wrath. It was pretty close to even until about 2-3 minutes ago with that first Gold Fury going the way of Eager. They've since turned that into a 5,000 gold advantage. Experience swinging well in their favor as well. Although granted, it's level 20, it's in late game, level 20 is being reached. Experience not really mattering too much right now as far as Team Eager are concerned. But with that little bit of a gold advantage, that's about 2 tiers of items going the way of each member of Team Eager right now, plus the Fire Giant buff. Assuming we don't see yet another little blunder with the Fire Giant curse rearing its head again, Team Eager at least have 2 towers that they're going to be able to take up with relatively no opposition.
Well, they can take those towers down and extend the gold lead a little bit further. At the same time, it's put pressure on the left-hand side of the map, furthest away from the Fire Giant respawn. If they can get the Phoenix too, jobs are good and for them, as they're all starting to power down this side. At the moment, though, the silent assassin for me on the side of Eager has been there to care this game. Look at him. He's been involved in 13 kills of the 15 for his team. He's managed to push down tier 2 towers on his own. He's not died either. And in a game that's been so bloodthirsty, he's done a very, very good job of surviving and getting himself positioned perfectly every single time. Very good Fear No Evils throughout, and he's got his team into a position now that this game is winnable.
Yep, they're looking for this tier 2 tower. Immediately, Pain Devion going back. There's the Blink Cataclysm. Found 3 members of Legion. Going to force those guys straight off of that tower. An ultimate for 1,500 gold for your team. Pretty decent.
It's completely worth blinking ultimate, get it off cooldown, be able to continue the siege. They don't necessarily have to stick here. One could split push mid if they want to, but the remembers can try and stay around. But Thor's up. Where they're going to go for is going to be Fizzatman more than likely. Shield comes out from a roar early. The dunk does not connect with anyone. Pain Divion meets his maker with the fin away from Dare to Care, who finds a double kill. Now Tony goes in, and Panda Cat is in trouble. He's going to go down to Lasses. Phoenix still stands, but not for long.
Yep, the Phoenix will fall quite quickly. Well played at Batz as well as Adoro. Well played, might make it out. Zatman finds the kill into Adoro. This is not looking good right now. This could be game one going over to Team Eager. They're immediately going for that Titans right down at 60% health. Well play is going to be trying to do what he can, but he's only one member versus 5. His health is getting low with the deicide. Fan favorite Team Eager is going to be taking game 1 of the finals this week. They have to be happy about that one. They've been looking for this opportunity to put themselves in first place as far as seeding is concerned. And, you know, on the end of game 1, this is a pretty good start for them on that.
They'll be happy with the result. I don't think they'll be happy with some of the plays that came out in that game, in all honesty. The goal fury at the start was misplay, and that by that happening, it allowed Legion back into that game. And then the second goal fury was the same, rinse and repeat, but they did the right thing. They held on. They didn't get caught as little as possible and kept themselves in contention for trying to get themselves back into it. And then with the Fire Giant, some very good individual play, honestly, from Dead to Care for me.
Yeah.
Put themselves into the driving seat, and we're going to see Eager move on once again into taking the first game away from Legion. We'll be right back, guys, though, with game 2 as these guys load into picks and bans on your screen.